Welcome to my kitchen. I'm Kean, arguably Kay Goodman's biggest fan. Anyway, this is my homework assignment, submittal to Kay's kitchen organization video. This is my prep area. It's right here on my big countertop. I can do all my food preparation right here. Immediately next to it is half of my sink with a disposal. Right here in front of it is my trash container that I can pull out. Right directly across from it are my spices. I do have them in alphabetical order, just as Kay suggested. I don't have a spice drawer. I do have a Lazy Susan, alphabetical order, and I do have a step system. Again, the spices are in alphabetical order. I can find anything I need right away. If there's spices I don't use that often, I have them in this pantry here, just a couple steps away. From there, we go to Command Central, the cooking station. So I've got 6 burners, a grill and a griddle on top of my griddle. Since it's seasoned, I put this cutting board. I usually put my mise en place items here so that I can very easily put them right into whatever I'm cooking. The most used pots and pans are right here. 2 ovens, conventional convection. Everything I need for cooking is right here. If I need to clean something right away, sink's right here. I've got a towel hanging from the dishwasher. I can put towels hanging from the oven doors. Next, the cleaning station. So another half of the sink, I can soak things. I can put them in the dishwasher. As Kay suggested, I have at least 75%, maybe 90% of the dishes that I use go right here. My glasses, my dishware, here. My silverware, the most used kitchen gadgets right here. The most used pots and pans, skillets, right there. If it's something I don't use that often, it's not that far away, but the things I do use the most often, directly across from the dishwasher. I took Jason and Kay's suggestions a little bit further in advance when I was designing this house. You may have noticed my refrigerator and freezer are exactly the same as Jason's and Kay's. But what I did, since I'm a little bit of a symmetry nut, is I split mine. So I've got a coffee bar here, so I wanted the milk, the cream, things that I might put in the coffee bar, and then anything else that's refrigerated right here in the full fridge. If you walk over on this side of the kitchen, I've got my full freezer. And yes, I did do my homework when I did all my prep work yesterday. I chopped all of my onions, celery, bell pepper, green onions, and even zested some lemons. And yes, I labeled them all, what are they, and when did I do them, so they're ready for my next project, already pre-prepped. And a little later in the video, you're gonna see that I made some bread. I made 2 loaves, one to eat right away, one's frozen, ready to go. I just have to warm it, and I made a pie crust. It's frozen, ready just to bake, and I made some scones as well. And I had some leftover chicken stew. It's ready for those days, those few days when I don't feel like cooking anything. I just have to heat it up in the microwave, which is right next to the freezer for me. And then next all important room, when you're ready for a glass of wine, I have a little tasting room right here. Glasses are ready to go, wine bottle openers are ready, foil cutters, anything I need associated with wine is right here. One thing I do a lot of is some baking. So I've got a little baking station here. So I've got my flours in alphabetical order, all-purpose bread, cake flour, and then I've got cornmeal and sugar right here. I've got all my mixing bowls here, close by. I've got my measuring equipment right here. So liquid and dry measuring cups, measuring spoons, things of that sort. My flour sifter. I can do all of my baking preparations right here. Then I can walk over to the KitchenAid that I keep out on my counter all the time, and it's right next to the oven. I can pour my batters right here and put them right into the oven, and they're ready to go. Enjoy yourself while you're cooking. Pour yourself a glass of wine. Pour yourself a big glass of wine. Pour some in the sauce. Have fun. Okay, the bread dough has finished its second rise for about an hour in each pan. I'm going to use my lam and make a clean cut down the center of both of them. And then I'm going to use a brush and spread some egg white on each one. I've got the oven preheated to 350, and I'm going to bake both loaves at the same time at 350 for 40 minutes. Nothing like fresh bread straight out of the oven. But you gotta let it cool before you slice it. All right, before we take the bread out of the oven, we're gonna do a mirror glaze. So this is whatever your favorite flavor, favorite kind of layer cake is. You bake it, you cool it, you put it in the freezer and let it freeze at least overnight. After that, whatever your favorite buttercream icing is, your favorite recipe, frost the entire layer cake and then put it back in the freezer. I'm going to tell you in another video how to make the mirror glaze. I've got 3 different colors, different shades of blue here. I took the frosted cake out of the freezer, I put food handler gloves on, I warmed my hands, and I rubbed the cake until it was as smooth as I could reasonably get it. Now I'm going to do the different glazes, and the idea is as long as the glaze is under 95 degrees and the cake is still frozen, you pour the glazes over it, and as it hits the frozen cake, it's going to solidify and really become beautiful. That's our first color. We'll go to the next one. Just pour it on. A little bit of design. You never know exactly how it's going to turn out till it's finished, but it's always pretty. And it's going to finish off with a perfect mirror glaze. You're going to be able to see the reflection of the ceiling in it. And that's it. Leave it alone. Let it set for a few minutes, and you've got a perfect mirror glaze cake. So if you're like me, you celebrate every day that you know Kay Goodman. So I suggest open a bottle of champagne, celebrate cooking organization, and celebrate knowing Kay Goodman.